Just something I was thinking about while I was locking up the warehouse and leaving from work. I think some of the best people to get into stocks, or the mind state they have when you get into stocks and to really studying stocks, is like the mindset a sports person has. Like somebody that's a fanatic, that's really into sports. You know, the people who be like, oh, my team, who act like they own the team, who could tell you the stats of every player and can tell you the record of a team going back years and everything. That's what you need to do in the stock market. Look at a business like that. Like, I was listening to something that Warren Buffett was talking about like years ago, where he was saying that he doesn't really look at the price of a stock, or he doesn't worry about the stock, because he looks at the business. He looks at it as before he invests, he looks at it as if like he's really going to buy a piece of the business, because really that's what you're doing when you buy a stock. You're buying ownership in the business. Even if you're buying a little percentage, you still got a little percentage of ownership in that business. So it's like, all right, think about a person who's into basketball. They could tell you every single stat of, let's say, LeBron James. They could tell you his stats from when he was in high school and everything. That's how you should be with stocks, all right, where you know the business from, okay, this business, like how I look at JCPenney, I'm like, this business was around when my grandma was alive and when I was a little kid. Like, I remember I know, all y'all know that your grandparents used to get those JCPenney catalogs and everything, and you probably went school shopping at JCPenney and everything. Well, if you grew up like I did. But anyway, if you look at it today, how the world is changing, you would see that JCPenney is really a business that, yeah, it's been around for a long time, but the world is changing now. So that's really a business that's in decline. And that's why the stock price is low on it. But not even focusing on the stock price, just focusing on the business itself. People really aren't into JCPenney like that no more, especially with the online shopping and everything like that, with people having their own clothing and everything. So it's just like that. Like, I hope this makes sense. It's some stuff that I think about to myself, and it makes sense to me. So I know a lot of times stuff that makes sense to me don't make sense when I say it to somebody else, but that's basically what the stock market is. I make money in the stock market off of trading options, and I done showed sometimes on here where I showed my profile and everything, where $9 get me $200 and stuff like that. But I don't do like how other people talk about, reading charts. You got to learn how to read charts and how to know the candle patterns and all this. A lot of people who I know that say that, they don't really do that good in the stock market. So, I mean, hell, I don't know none of that stuff. I don't read charts. I don't follow no patterns or none of that stuff. I might look at a stock for a little bit where I'm not buying it, but I might look at them and be like, oh, I know that this stock usually stays in between this price. Like GoPro. Like, I know for like a month, it always it'd go up to like $4.15, and then the lowest price it'd go to is like $3.90. Like, that's without news and everything. That's just like the regular nothing going on with it. Just it's regular progress. But I'm getting off course. My thing I was talking about is like saying, look at it how a basketball fan looks at something, or look at stocks how you look at something you're really interested in. Know the company. Know the business. What new things are they doing? What things are they doing that separates them? What products do you buy? Do you use that company? How much money do you spend on that company in a year? Do you frequent and see, do you check on that company? Like, do you check to see what they got going on? Like how like people would do Amazon. Like, okay, Amazon, well, no, let's not talk about Amazon because that's high, but let's talk about Amazon because, okay, a lot of people use Amazon because the 2-day shipping, if you do Prime, and then how they even do the 1-day shipping, and then how you can find anything you need a lot of times at a good price. What, they got the Fire Stick, they got all this other stuff. They got products that you can get from anywhere. It's like a one-stop shop. So who doesn't use Amazon? So that's why that business, that stock is doing so good, because it's being used a lot by a bunch of people. Think about your everyday life and the people around you everyday life, because that's what a lot of analysts don't look at. They don't look at the regular consumer's everyday life. We're not talking about millionaires and billionaires. Let's look at the middle class and the lower class. What do we use a lot? What do we buy a lot? That's stuff that thrives, because if you didn't know that, like how they like saying that black people make companies and businesses a lot of money because we like spending stuff and all this, and why we're not rich. Just like how, look, rappers can talk about designer clothes, and what do simple-minded Negroes want to do? They want to go out and get them designer clothes, even if it's fake designer clothes, just so they can say, oh, I got a Gucci belt, I got on Cartiers, and I got Balenciagas and this and that, and such. So, I mean, that's it. Just like off subject, just like I just got these sock shoes. Yeah, I got the knockoff sock shoes. Well, they ain't even knockoff because they are branded something Amazon make. So I just bought some of those, and somebody seen me with them. They was like, oh shit, you got some Balenciagas? I was like, nah, these ain't no Balenciagas, but that's the first thing that pop up in somebody's head. We like that image, that type of image. But I don't even know, I think I'm off subject again, but basically that's all I'm saying. Think about the company and not the stock. Even because the company is the stock, but really is the company the stock? Because really the IPO, the public offering, because there's some companies that you can't buy on the stock market. Because there's a lot of companies that I look at and be like, oh man, I want to get into that, and I try to look for it on the stock market, and they're not a publicly traded stock, a public traded company. So look at the company and not the stock, and make your decisions off of that. And of course, news. Any new hype that's coming up, a new product that's releasing. Just like I know I will be investing in Sony whenever they announce that they're gonna let out the PlayStation, what is it, 5 now, whatever new PlayStation it is, because it's gonna bring a lot of attention to it. Just like Nike, they kind of make me mad, because with the Kobe Bryant dying, I knew that in a way Nike stock was gonna go up, because I knew a lot of people was gonna probably buy Kobe stuff and all that. So Nike would have went up a little bit, but they did what they did. I wish I give them respect for that. But basically that's it. That's what I would do, and that's how you should look at stuff. Like, don't let people tell you that you gotta, it's the same way how people say that you gotta have a lot of money to get into stocks. Don't let people tell you that you gotta know how to read charts. You gotta know how to know the patterns, and know the cup handle structure, and the resistance and the support and all that. No, look at the company in the news. And that's how I choose my stocks. And most of the time I do good. But this is the 9-to-5 budget investor, the cheap trader. I gotta go shopping, which I'm going to Walmart. Because I go to Walmart all the time. But I don't even mess with their stock. But when I have bought options in their stock, I did good. But that's it. I'm out. And plus, I like doing earnings too. I like playing on earnings a lot. Just like I got Wendy's coming up tomorrow. But that's it.